Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Talkin' Tunes. I am your host, Frank Walsh. Thanks for tuning in today. Ladies and gentlemen, in my tradition of trying to bring you the best entertainment I can find, I am not going to disappoint you today because I am sitting here with two great people and two great performers, and you are going to learn a lot about them today, and you are going to hear some very good performance. So, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you this lady on my right, a singer, songwriter from around the Providence area. She's making a big name for herself around that area, and she is going to be expanding more and more, and you are going to see why as the show goes on. And also to my right, a gentleman who is a musician, a promoter, a bon vivant, as you can see from the way that he is dressed. He is well known in the music circle. His history goes back far and wide, and he's going to be sharing some of those stories with us today. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Miss Lynette Gobbi and Mr. Gary Hagerty.
Thank you,
Welcome
Frank.
to the shows, guys.
Thank you.
Think you can live up to that, minuscule introduction?
Well, we can try, but I think you put us over the top now. It's like we're going to have to really work hard to catch up.
I tell you, I am so glad that you were here. I know, Gary, you and I have been talking for quite a bit over
Yes.
time, and we've developed a nice online friendship, so it's so nice to have you on the show today,
you
and I
very
can't
much,
wait
sir.
to
I'm
hear
honored.
some of your stories. And Lynette, you're kind of breaking in with this guy, and you're going to be getting out there and spreading your wings with Gary and his band. So rather than me talk about you guys, why don't each of you take a couple of minutes and introduce yourself and let the folks that know about you. Start.
Okay, hi, I'm Lynette Gobbi. I'm a singer, as Frank had said, and I've been singing for more years than I'd like to admit. I got my start in the Perry and Macon, Georgia area and branched out to Louisiana. Mm-hmm. But now I've moved to New England and I'm singing with Gary Hagerty in the Providence and Woonsocket and North Providence areas of Rhode Island.
Cool. Gary.
Frank, thank you. I'm a singer, also a promoter, looking to put together and start a new band, which Lynette is the feature vocalist. Her voice is going to be very much amazing. As Frank mentioned, we're friends on media through Facebook. I have met a lot of friends in the music industry through there. I try to get a lot of people some venues and let them know where venues are hiring in the Rhode Island area if they're not familiar. I've been singing quite a while myself, and hopefully this is going to be a whole new step.
Well, good for you. Well, as you can tell from that deep voice, I bet there's a lot of doo-wop and a lot of oldies but goodies in that voice.
There's a lot of doo-wop. That's one of my main fortes. And then if you go back when I was brought up on the Mills Brothers barbershop, standing 10 feet away from the microphone and learning how to project. And I have a blast. It's wonderful.
Well, you do it well.
Thank you.
How long have you two been associated, and how do you guys meet?
We've been associated roughly probably about, I'd say, 8 months.
Okay.
During the course of time, a new club opened up down at Twin River Casino in Rhode Island called the Roadhouse, and they were doing karaoke and comedy. I started going in there. So I started talking with the people working there, and I had friends that were playing in bands that were playing in the club I was working at, asked me to look for different vocal pieces for them.
Cool.
For whether it be rock or whatever genre. So I was doing that during the course of time. I met Todd, Lynette's husband. We started saying hello, and slowly Lynette and I became friends. And I was listening to her sing, and of course I was walking up to different people, introducing myself, telling them what I was doing, and this person was looking for a vocalist, so forth, so on. And at one point Lynette was wondering, why has he not talked to me? And I said, my answer to that was, I was saving the best for myself.
There's a little high compliment there.
Very sweet.
Now, when he made that approach and made that overture, was there kind of an instant connection there? Did you feel that this was something that was going to work, or did it have to, work its way into it?
Well, there was an instant like.
Okay.
Gary and I are
Kindred spirits.
kindred spirits almost.
Cool.
We think alike, and we appreciate the same kinds of music. And so there was an instant like. As far as whether or not it would work, that took a couple of months to find out.
And I could pull off what I said I wanted to do. And through the course of time, we've made some progress.
Cool.
And I know there's a lot more to come.
Now, as far as you know, the style of music that you play, I mean, I've heard some of your music and saw your videos that are out there, and you know, how did you guys decide on which direction to go and take your music when you're putting this band together? How did you decide to?
Well, I don't
choose your
think there
style?
really was a decision.
Really?
Pretty much almost all music, as long as it's good,
Okay.
I'll enjoy. And if I enjoy it, I'll learn it.
Okay, but I
So-
mean, what I mean is, like, you're not going to go from you know, from a doo-wop to Led Zeppelin, are you?
No, no.
So you've got a little bit of a niche in there.
There is a little niche, but it contains more than one genre.
Okay.
We'll go from jazz, blues, country, standards, oldies,
Mm-hmm.
all of that. Anything that can slide easily together.
Mm-hmm.
Now we probably wouldn't throw something wild in
Sure.
there.
You wouldn't. He
But
might.
you never know.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. My voice, I'd be hiding behind the drum because I'd be scared. You know what I mean? I'd be afraid of that one.
Wow. Now, as you were coming up, Lynette, and developing your own style, you know, who were some of your influences? You know, who did you draw your music from? And was there, you know, someone that you looked at and said, "Wow, I want to sing like her. I want to sing like them."
In the beginning, it was Patsy Cline. That was almost all that was played in my house. But then the first time I heard B.B.
Ever I
King.
saw your face. There's a song in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, the first time I heard B.B. King singing "The Thrill Is Gone."
Wow.
Oh my goodness, I was hooked. That was it.
So you get into the blues? Do you
Yes.
follow some of the, you know, the great blues ladies? You know, the Ella Fitzes?
Ella, absolutely.
Etta
Etta
James,
Oh
yep.
my goodness.
Yeah.
I stand in awe. That's my fit.
Okay, well, you're going to have to blast out sometime, you know, a great version of At Last. I mean, you know, one of the standards. What about you, Gary? You know, you started coming up a long time ago, and, you know, I know doo-wop is one of the music's near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, doo-wop is near and dear. I've been singing it roughly for, well, over 20 years, actually. But I started with, as I said, like the Mills Brothers going back.
Yep.
And then a lot of the doo-wop different people, Joe Lamont with the Dominoes, 60-Minute Man.
Yep.
Then there was the gospel influence as well within George Ounce and always listening to different bass singers and just perfecting different songs. So, and working within the songs where my voice would fit in.
Cool.
And not stretching it to some place where it wouldn't work. So I'm a little bit limited, but yet there is still a lot of room to do quite more.
Sure.
So,
Why don't you talk a little bit about this band you're putting together? And, you know.
well, we're looking to put together, we've been speaking with musicians. It's called the Dream Team.
Great name.
And the reason why, I'll let Lynette tell you why that name came to play.
We have to remember the show's only a half an hour. I have a hunch that we could stretch this to like 2 hours.
We'll make this simple.
Gary had been talking about how he wanted to find the best musicians for our style
Yep.
and just
The best fit.
the best fit.
Yep.
He was looking to put together his team essentially. And one day we were just sitting outside and he was talking about finding the right musicians, and I said, "Spider, you're looking for a dream team."
And that's where
And
it
that was
came.
it.
And that's how it
And
came
there
about.
There's
Now-
so many wonderful musicians, and we are looking for full complement, horn section, guitar, bass, keyboard.
Keyboards, yeah.
Anyone that sees this, if you're inspired, please contact us because we are very much wide open to anyone reaching out to us that
Right.
may like to. I speak with many different people in the business,
Yeah.
and they've given me a lot of help directing me to different
Right.
people and so forth
Right.
for the musicians and
Yeah.
stuff. And with the mix of genres, there's plenty of people that will fit.
Well, I can guarantee you that this show is seen in at least 2 zip codes.
Oh God, I better move to another country. Scared me now.
But Let's talk a little bit about your music. You prepared a couple of songs to sing today.
Correct.
And either one of you just talk a little bit about what you're going to be performing. You got a couple of songs coming up. Talk a little bit about that.
The first song we have coming up is Stormy Weather by Etta James. I had been singing At Last in some of the clubs that we were in. And I was requested to learn and do some other Etta James songs. And when I did Stormy Weather, I did it with Gary.
Mm-hmm.
And he came in on just the right spots to provide that deep punch back up.
Cool.
It's become one of my favorites.
One of my favorites also, and hearing the other stuff that she's going to do on her own, Break It To Me Gently, the dynamics in her voice, I'm always in awe of the sound that she projects.
Great, great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy the vocal stylings of Lynette Gobbi and Gary Hagerty.
Don't know why, sun up in the sky, stormy weather, since my man and I ain't together, I'm trading all of the time. The Lord will let me walk in the sun once more. Whoa, I can't go on. Everything I have is gone. Stormy weather, since my man and I ain't together. Trading all of the time. Oh, trading all of the time. Oh yeah, trading all of the time. Stormy, stormy, stormy weather. The next song that I'm going to sing is called Break It To Me Gently, performed by Juice Newton. Let me down. take your love away. Take it gradually and bring it to me gently. Give me time, oh, give me a little time to ease the pain. Love me just a little longer, 'cause I'll never love again. I'll never love again.
Wow. Lynette, Gary,
Thank you.
fantastic, fantastic job. Gary, I tell you, you really added a nice accent in that first song.
Thank you very
That
much.
little low carry made that song, and your voice lived up to the expectations that Gary had set for you.
Thank you.
So I can see a lot of good things in your future. But as you know, time is a little bit of an enemy on this show. So for the time that we do have, talk a little bit about your bands and some of the places where people can go and see you.
The Calamari Brothers, we play in Rhode Island strictly. We're right now pretty much on a 2 to 4 Saturday nights per month at the Smithfield Elks Lodge on Farnham Pike in Smithfield. We just picked up a new venue, Emily's Restaurant, which is on Route 44, Putnam Pike, on Sunday evenings from 7 to 11. We will be doing the Federal Hill Columbus Day Festival on October 10th. We do have a show coming up for the Woonsocket Autumn Festival, which is October 8th.
Wow.
And we do play a couple of Fridays per month at the Music Man on Plainfield Pike in Johnston right at this time.
Wow. So you're busy folks.
Yeah, we are quite.
You're
Yes.
very, very busy.
Yes.
And you know, you both have, at least, you know, you have another job. So you know, when do you guys sleep?
Well,
Not often, huh?
Sleep is a dream.
Sleep is a dream. So I tell you, so you know, so Gary, you know, talk about some of the connections that you have and some of the people who, you know, have influenced you, you know, through your course of music and some of the friendships that you've developed, because you are very well followed on Facebook.
well, I thank you, Frank.
You know?
I really do. I have met so many wonderful people on Facebook. We do a lot of traveling of the blues circuits with
Yep.
Bruce Merger, who is Wolfing with
The
Wolf
Wolf,
and
the
the
Wolf,
Jam
yep.
Daddies, Lonnie Gasparini, Bill Laritis. There are so many different people that I could mention. And then I had the greatest honor by Ron Mason from up here in the Canton area with the Rock Revival Productions.
Yep.
Contacted me, and we were attempted to put on a show down in Rhode Island, which during the course of when we did promote it for the date, there wasn't a lot going on, and then all of a sudden, a lot of other things happened. So we weren't able to fulfill that obligation, sorrowly, but we are talking about doing some further things throughout the winter and throughout the summer in different venues throughout Rhode Island. Smithfield Elks Lodge has a wonderful place, indoor as well as outdoor, and that was going to be an outdoor concert. The Purple Cat Winery has
Yep.
a wonderful outdoor upcoming by next year for outdoor shows, and there are many places within Rhode Island that local bands can go, and they have
Right.
super followings.
Well, you know, I know from our experiences on Facebook that you've been very helpful and kind and courteous to some of the referrals whom I have made for you, and I'm sure that some good things are going to come from that.
I thank you very much for that. Much appreciated.
You're welcome. And you know, you are a relative newbie on Facebook, right? So you know, you folks can get out there and follow these guys on Facebook. You know, Gary Hagerty, I mean, he has quite a following, and now Lynette Gobbi is going to be out there. So you're going to be able to see some of their pictures and some of their videos and all that kind of stuff. You
the
know,
videos we have are on YouTube under Spider Entertainment Limited.
Yeah.
running at that point. That's my company name. And then we do post on them first on Facebook, move them along, and hopefully down the road, once everything starts moving, I'm looking into putting things out on Reverb Nation as well.
Great.
So-
Well, folks, as you know, time winds down pretty quickly. So, I do want to say, first of all, thank you both so much for coming on. It was always a blast, and I wish we could have another half hour or so. So what that always means is that you're going to have to come back and continue with some of the stories. And as your band and as everything gets together, you can certainly come back and promote that.
Would love to.
So folks, as Gary said, these guys are out there for you. They play for you. A lot of these places don't have admissions. So go out and please support your local musicians. Support people like this who go and entertain you. Go down to Rhode Island, take a road trip and see some of the places where these people play. Support the local places around here. Go to Pete's, go to Next Page, go to the Riv, go to Tavern 33, go to the Banner and see the great Della Erskine. There is a lot of great talent out there, these two notwithstanding. So folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning into the show. I want to thank my two guests, Gary and Lynette. And Lynette, I understand that you're going to be bringing us out with a song. What are you going to be taking us out with?
Since I Fell for You by Lenny Welch.
Lenny
One
Welch.
of my favorites.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned and listen to Lynette. And as always, I am Frank Walsh. Tune in and tune on.
You just give love and never get love. You better let love depart. I know it's so, and yet I know I can't get you out of my heart. You made me leave my happy home. You took my love and now you're gone. Since I fell for you, and life brings such misery and guess I'll never be the same since I fell for you. Well, it's too bad, and it's too sad, but I'm in love with you. First you love me, then you snub me, but what can I do? Yes, I'll never see the light. I get the blues most every night since I fell for you. Since I fell